Hey everyone. There's something magical about being on a boat after dark. But let's be honest, most boat lighting is, well, it's just not great. Today, we're going to talk about completely changing that experience. We're diving deep into one product that claims it can do it all, the Shadow-Caster SCM-CLS. All right, so let's get into it. We all love a good night on the water, right? But so often, the lighting on our boats feels like an afterthought. It's clumsy, it's harsh, and honestly, it can be more of a pain than anything else. I mean, does this question hit home for anyone else? You're out there trying to enjoy the peace and quiet, and the lights are either blinding you or you can barely see a thing. It's a super common problem, but we're about to look at a really, really elegant fix. Just think about it for a second. That sudden, blinding glare that just wrecks your night vision, or fumbling around in the dark for some clunky, old-school toggle switch. And the light itself, it's usually so patchy, Super bright in one spot, total shadow in another. It just doesn't feel modern at all. Okay, so this is where things get interesting. Shadowcaster basically looked at all those frustrations and said, we can fix this. And they came up with one single innovative product to solve it all, the SCM-CLS Courtesy Light. And there it is. Seriously, just look at that thing. The design is so clean, so modern. You can tell right away this isn't your average run-of-the-mill boat light. This is a legitimate piece of high-end hardware, and it looks like it's meant to make any boat look better. So what exactly is it? Well, at its heart, it's a smart, touch-controlled LED light that's built to give you this beautiful, even light without any nasty glare. But, and this is the cool part, it kind of has a dual personality. It works perfectly fine all by itself, but it can also plug into a bigger network to give you some seriously advanced control. So let's start with what makes this light so cool right out of the box, before you even start thinking about hooking it up to a whole system. First off, forget about fumbling for a switch. The SCM-CLS has this slick backlit touch sensor right on its face. You just tap it to turn it on or off. And if you press and hold, it dims up and down smooth as can be. It's just so intuitive and easy to find even when it's pitch black. Now this is one of my favorite little details, and it's all about saving your night vision. Instead of just blasting on at full power, the light has a soft start. It gently fades up to full brightness over 2 seconds. It might sound small, but when your eyes are used to the dark, that little feature is an absolute game changer. And the build quality? It's just top-notch. It has this gorgeous polished 316 stainless steel cover that, yeah, it looks amazing, but it's also built tough for the marine world. And you know what's really clever? The cover completely hides all the screws and hardware, so all you see is this clean, modern light. You can grab it in a classic cool white, or go for the full-color RGBW version to set whatever vibe you want. Okay, so the light is fantastic all on its own, no question. But now let's take it to the next level and see what happens when you connect it to the ShadowNet system. This is where it gets really special. This is where that whole dual personality thing I mentioned really shines. So, in standalone mode, you've got simple, effective touch control. Awesome. But when you connect it to ShadowNet, everything changes. That single touch sensor on one light, it can now control an entire zone of lights. You get way more colors to play with. And get this, you can actually sync your lights to your music. It goes from being a single light to being the brain for a fully integrated smart system. And this right here is the brains of the whole operation, the Shadow-Caster Light Commander. This is the module you connect your SCM-CLS to, and it's what unlocks all those incredible network features. It's literally the key that takes your boat's lighting from just good to absolutely spectacular. Of course, none of these cool features or sleek looks matter if the thing can't survive on a boat, right? So let's talk about how this thing is actually built to handle the elements. So looking at the specs, a few things really pop out. It's plenty bright at 400 lumens, but it barely uses any power. We're talking just 300 milliamps. But here's the most important part for any marine gear. It has a full IP67 waterproof rating. That means it's totally sealed. Combine that with the 316 stainless steel body, and you know this thing is designed to last. And Shadowcaster really stands behind that build quality. They back it all up with a full 3-year warranty. That's not something you do unless you're absolutely confident that your product can handle the harsh marine environment year after year. Now, you might be thinking something this slick has to be a pain to install, but it's actually super straightforward. You just use the template they give you to drill a couple of holes, put a little silicone in there to make sure it's watertight, screw the light down, and then just snap on that beautiful stainless steel cover. That's it. It's a really simple upgrade that makes a huge difference. This picture really shows you just how simple it is. You've got the light itself and the cover. The end. All the complicated tech is sealed up inside, which makes putting it on your boat totally clean and painless. You know, this mission statement from Shadow-Caster really says it all, doesn't it? For them, this isn't just another product they're selling. It's part of a bigger goal to be the absolute best at what they do. And when you look at the SCM-CLS, you can tell they're taking that mission very, very seriously. So, when you put it all together, that sophisticated look, the super intuitive touch control, and the seriously powerful network features, you've got something pretty amazing. This isn't just about replacing an old courtesy light. This is about fundamentally upgrading your entire experience on the water after dark. So I guess the only real question is, why just settle for light when you can have complete control?